Hello, my name is Jeremiah Reed. I'm the author of Mental Wealth and the owner of Mental Wealth LLC. Today I want to bring you a short mini-series called Love and Money. I'm with my brother BJ. He's the leader of Mental Wealth when it comes to understanding relationships. Because I know when it comes to being wealthy, money is just only one part of that equation. So today we're going to dive deep into a subject called alignment. And I can't wait for you to take a little bit of notes and really break this down and use this in your everyday life.
Yeah. So, man, that's crucial. Money and relationships, alignment. Instantly I think of the word trust and commitment. Instantly I think of the word submission. And ultimately we first think of woman with that, but we're talking about submission from the man and the woman as it relates to these finances, man. And so I want to read a verse. For those who may or may not be religious, this verse really is key, because it talks about the author of the relationship, right? The one who created alignment in relationships, but then it also talks about kind of the principle that's going to allow them to be in alignment. All right, so I'm going to read it. It says this, it reads this way. It says, "And he answered and said, have you not read that he who created them from the beginning made them male and female? And said, for this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." All right, so that the key thing is the two becomes one. A lot of people kind of miss that. They just think, no, you need to leave your mama, and it creates all kind of drama, right, in that conversation. But ultimately, it's talking about literally like the idea where you are two individuals, right? The man left his home, and a woman is joined into a new family from her home. And so you get where there's no longer two, but there's one. And it says, but one flesh now lives. So what therefore God has joined together, let no man take apart. And I like that because, in other words, when two people are aligned and you think in finances, they're going to win with money. Right? They're going to win with money naturally because it literally says when two people come join together and they become one flesh, they win in a relationship. All right. So as we talk about alignment, the important piece in this relationship with money is the truth where two people have to be on the same accord, man.
Yeah, definitely. So when I'm coaching people through money, I get people, whether they're married or not married, separate accounts, joint accounts. I really try to get them into one account because I seen and I studied when the money goes into one pot and both people agree on the direction of every dollar, they just flow in a different way. Whenever there's multiple accounts, that's easier to mismanage or build mistrust because you might get a secret account that the other person never knew about. Or the person says, hey, I'm gonna run this account, you run yours, and then that person don't manage that, and then now the whole household is in disarray. So that alignment is really important to me when it comes to money. Just from your perspective, I want to talk about what happens when a person isn't aligned and they don't want to be aligned. What's kind of the drawback of that?
So, there's a huge drawback. I think you said some key things there. You said two people come together. We just talking about they become one, whether they want to or not, they become one. But then when it comes to finances, they compartmentalize that relationship. It's like, we won, we a team for a lifetime to death do us part, woo, and they get excited about that idea.
Right.
But then when it comes to their finances, it becomes scary for them, right? To talk and tell your spouse, hey, we're bringing our money together. Then the question is, who's going to lead it? Who's going to be in charge of it? Right. How much do we get to spend? How much do I get to spend personally? I work hard for my money. How can you tell me what I can and cannot do financially? And so it's a lot of things that come into that. And so the first thing I think about is this. You ask me, okay, how do you handle that? What do you do? Well, I instantly want people to think about, again, going right back to the principle perspective of money, right? Who money is it? Right? Yes, you earn the money, you work for it, but we created beings, bro. And that's what I know. We created beings. It all belongs to God. Right? So instantly, that's what I think about. Dang, man, I'm a manager of this. Right? I was managing as a single man. My wife was managing as a single woman. Now we're coming together and we're now one. And so what do we need to do?
Manage it.
Manage it. Right? If we're one, we need to manage it. So I think that's a no-brainer. Should we put our accounts together or should we keep them apart? You can keep them apart. And some people, it can function. So it's not, you have to do it that way. But if you think about alignment, right, and you think about the best money flow to make sure that you guys are connected and kind of working together, it just makes things way easier to work out of one account versus multiple accounts, 3 accounts, and trying to operate and figure out where money is and where it's going. It just, so many mistakes can come. And then at that point, man, it creeps in a lot of issues, and somebody may do something over here in this account and you didn't look at it, and then you realize and you think money is gone. It creates arguments. Yeah. So it's just it's problem. So much that goes into it, man.
And so in a jokingly way, I always tell people, do you sleep in the same bed or a different bed?
That's a good one.
And
that's funny.
Obviously, they say we sleep together.
Like, what are you talking about?
And I said, if you respect that person enough to share your body with them, where's that level of respect when it comes to sharing your money?
That's deep. And people miss it. And that's what that verse is too. Yeah. I don't want to go there, but hey, when two become one, that's what they're talking about. It's literally.
Cool, man. We gonna definitely tell the truth here. So you definitely hit on some good points. As we close up this mini version of segment 1 on alignment, is there any lasting thing you want to leave to the people?
The thing I want to leave with the people, communication, and I know that's a cliche word. You just got to communicate, but ultimately you just got to communicate. You gotta have conversations, and it's not a one-time conversation. It's not a one-time plan. You literally have a conversation, come up with a plan, and then as you work that plan, when you see there's kinks, when you see there's a breach in the plan, you go back to the drawing board, say, hey, I thought this was gonna work. I realized hey, our allowance is only $50 a piece. I actually need more because most of the things I do requires this. Or maybe you're the wife and you actually groom yourself a lot more than other women, getting your nails done, feet done, hair done. Depending on your strategy and your financial goals, you may have to give your wife a little bit more, right? And so I'll say communication is key. Communication is key when you're talking about money. Communication is key when you're talking about alignment, right? And you just got to be honest as you communicate, right? And you got to be raw. And so that's what I'll leave.
No, good stuff. The last part I would just say is whenever I sit down with people, we go over purpose. I think when you don't know your purpose or the direction that you want your family to go in or your relationship to go in, it's hard to be aligned. And once you figure out that purpose, then you begin to assign the roles. Everyone can't be the leader on the ship. Somebody needs to be the leader in one season. Maybe they might not be the leader in the next season. But that's an open conversation, going back to communication, that you two need to have in order to be in perfect alignment with your money. So thank you for tuning in to Love and Money, presented to you by Mental Wealth. Look out for our next series talking about accountability. Peace.